Hello and welcome to the iPhone Gaming Podcast. This week we're going to be reviewing Guitar Rock Tour, Toybot Diaries Entry 2 and Brothers in Arms Hour of Heroes. We're also going to be wishing our lives away for a Metal Gear Solid game and taking a sneak peek at Hero of Sparta and Low Grav Racer. So hunker down, keep your hands inside the vehicle and let us do the talking. It's been a bit of a red letter week for the iPhone, or should we say green letter. This week, Konami released a mysterious teaser for a new Metal Gear game. The cryptic message it contains has since caused biblical quantities of speculation, and that green eye you can see at the start there has had hordes of bloggers considering that maybe that's I as in iPhone. Perhaps that's just wishful thinking, but Konami has already brought a great Metal Gear Solid game to mobiles, so there's no reason why the iPhone couldn't be next in line for some solid Snake love. And yes, we're aware how dirty that sounds. From stealth to a slightly less subtle approach, Gameloft this week took the wraps off its forthcoming hack and slash 'em up Hero of Sparta, and it's looking like a delightful slice of Greek mythology pie. It's hard not to draw comparisons with God of War, but if the trailer proves anything, it's that the iPhone really can push graphics that make the DS look feeble by comparison. How the game is controlled is still a mystery, but the trailer does show off an impressive array of different attacks, which should hopefully mean there are some tight touchscreen gestures behind the gameplay. The iPhone could certainly do with a solid arcade bruiser, so all eyes are on Hero of Sparta to fill the gap. Fingers crossed. One thing the iPhone certainly isn't short of is racing games, but Low Grav Racer has the advantage of being the only title to arrive in the App Store to remove wheels from the equation. The trailer doesn't show off much in the way of track or background detail, but it does sport retina melting speeds, and enough weapons to cause most giggling mayhem fiends to quiver with excitement. It's out now, so expect a review in next week's podcast.
Mobile publisher Gameloft has done some wonderful things in its time, but trying to resuscitate the career of the Scorpions might be an ambition too far. Guitar Rock Tour sees you playing a virtual guitar to 17 songs by tapping the screen as coloured notes fall to the bottom of the 4 frets. Get your timing right, and you rack up the points and applause, but hit too many bum notes and you risk being kicked off stage. The twist is that you can also choose to play drums, a feature borrowed from console counterparts Rock Band and Guitar Hero World Tour. It looks marvellous, with impressive 3D visuals in the background, and the core action is very addictive, as you tap away on the screen, sliding your finger when hitting 2 notes at once. It's truly got the just one more go factor that dignifies all great mobile games. The only problem, if you're a stickler for authenticity, is that the songs are cover versions, rather than the original recordings. With master recordings now a staple of music games is a bit of a disappointment. Even so, taken on its merits as a highly polished and captivating music game, Guitar Rock Tour sets the bar high for Guitar Hero and Rock Band if they ever make it to iPhone. Whether you're a fan of the Scorpions, or even have a working pair of ears, this game rocks hard. You can't keep a good robot down, especially when it's armed with a grappling cable and has the ability to walk on the ceiling. Continuing the platform mechanics of the first Toybot Diaries game, you move your bot left and right by tilting the iPhone, whilst tapping on metal objects or scenery latches with your grappling cable so you can haul yourself towards it. Once on a metal surface, your boots will kick in, sticking you to it and allowing you to pretend gravity is just something Newton dreamt up whilst drunk on fermented apples. It's a simple set of rules, and using them to negotiate obstacles and puzzles is fresh and fun. Plenty of craft has gone into the level design, and the game has a feeling of being purpose-built with the iPhone's unique interfaces in mind, as opposed to shoehorned onto the platform. The fact that the game is all about exploration and puzzle solving rather than killing things also makes for a refreshing change. Unfortunately, not all gears have been greased, and Toybot Diaries Entry 2 does have the odd short circuit. Some sections of the game are difficult to the point of frustration, and new players might feel more like giving up than persevering. Otherwise, Toybot Diaries Entry 2 is an inventive, imaginative and downright impressive iPhone game that all platform fans would do well to look out for.
War is hell, but in the realm of video games it's really rather fun, and now the iPhone has been finally conscribed to get down in the trenches for some World War II shooty action of its own. The game stars in a pick and mix of World War II locations with both on-foot and vehicle-led gameplay that retains all of the sky-falling hellfire the series is famed for. By default, you move using a circular pad and flick your finger across the screen to move the camera. There are 2 alternative control methods, including one which introduces 2 analog circles at the bottom of the screen, and another that uses the accelerometer for moving forwards and backwards. Whichever you choose, the camera is consistently wayward, but the generous auto-aim does rein in the battle somewhat. Vehicles are hit and miss, with tanks handling competently while jeeps switch the circular movement pad for an imprecise half steering wheel, which feels like piloting a beached aircraft carrier with roller skates attached to the underside. Beyond the control quibbles, however, Brothers in Arms Hour of Heroes is an impressive game. There's plenty of variety, and the action rarely dips below frantic. The visuals are sturdy, and the sound design is exceptional. Ultimately, Brothers in Arms succeeds, with the controls being the only casualty of war. For a first ambitious stab at a full 3D third-person shooter on the iPhone, Gameloft deserves a medal for this one. Thanks for watching the Pocket Gamer iPhone Gaming Podcast. If you're looking for more iPhone gaming news, reviews and features, you can download the Pocket Gamer iPhone application from the App Store. Or just point your Safari browser at www.pocketgamer.co.uk/iPhone. That's it for now, so until next week, happy Pocket Gaming.